Ready to convert your next job interview into a job offer? Let's look at what are the strategies that the top candidates follow to turn all the interviews that they give into offers. Discover strategies that the top candidates use to impress employers and stand out from the crowd. Stay tuned to unlock the tips that could make all the difference in landing your dream job. Hello, my name is Pooja Porwal. I am a career growth coach and an IT professional. So let's begin. The first thing that you should do whenever you apply for any job is to research the company that you are applying to. You need to understand the company's mission, their vision, their values, the product and services that they offer in detail. Were they in any recent news or media? This will help you tailor your responses according to what the company is looking for. When you do this, it also shows the genuine interest that you have in joining the organization. If you know the challenges that the company is facing today, which they are trying to resolve, and have some solution options for those, then keep those handy as well. That would actually give you an edge, and the offer should land right in your inbox very soon. The second thing to do is understanding the job description very clearly. So, analyze the job requirement and responsibilities to identify the skills and experience that the employer is seeking. This is particularly important because with every job description, there are certain skills and certain experiences that the employer may be looking for. Like, for example, if they are going into having a multi-year greenfield project for which they need to hire somebody, then they would actually prefer someone who have that kind of experience, or who at least have a thought process which can align with the challenges that may come up with such big initiatives. And when you know that, you can actually prepare examples from your past experiences that demonstrate your suitability for the role. Third thing to do, prepare well. Anticipate all the interview questions that the interviewer may ask you. This can be from your background, skills, strengths, weaknesses, experiences. They can also be on technology and other aspects of your job role. Practice your responses with a friend or in front of a mirror. Focus on providing specific examples and highlight your achievements and abilities. Also, ensure that when you highlight your abilities, you actually focus on the benefit that you brought in or the impact that you made, rather than just simply saying that I worked on these projects. You actually need to say that I worked on these projects bringing in this particular benefit to the organization or to the customer or to the operations or whichever teams. Now that you have already prepared for questions that you may have to answer, you also need to prepare for the questions to ask. So nothing really shows your disinterest as much as when you don't have a question back to be asked to the interviewer. So show your interest and engagement by preparing thoughtful questions to ask the interviewer. It can be about the role, it can be about team dynamics, it can be about company culture, it can be about future projects, it can even be about when you can hear back from them. So just ensure that you prepare these questions in advance to ask. Next thing to do, dress appropriately. Choose professional attire that align with the company's culture and industry norms. Dressing appropriately shows respect for the organization and the interview process. It also reflects your professionalism. When in doubt, better to be overdressed than underdressed. So if you don't know whether the company allows, let's say, business casuals, it's okay to go in business formal, even with a tie and a suit jacket. If you are doing these interviews on Zoom or through an online media like Google Meet or WebEx or something, then also ensure that you are professionally dressed, and even though the interviewer may not be able to see you fully, but being professionally dressed would actually help you with your mindset, and whatever the interviewer is able to see would tell him that you are professional enough to take this meeting seriously, even though it is online. For interviews which are on site, wherein you need to go to the interviewer's office, ensure that you arrive early. Plan to arrive at least 10 to 15 minutes early for the interview to account for any delays due to traffic or elevator queues or any such things. Punctuality actually demonstrates your reliability and respect for the interviewer's time as well as your own time. Arriving late for any reason, even though it may be plausible, but the first thing that the interviewer would think is you are not really serious about the job, or you don't really need it, which is something which is detrimental to you not getting the offer. Next thing to do during the interview process, demonstrate confidence and positivity. Maintain eye contact, offer a firm handshake, and greet the interviewer with a smile. Speak clearly and confidently. Maintain a positive attitude throughout the interview. Even for scenarios when you don't know the answer, don't fumble. It's okay to tell people that you do not know about it. Or if you know only certain aspects, then just tell them that out of these five things, I probably know only these two, and they work like this. It's okay to not know answers to all the questions. Nobody knows everything. And people would admire you for your honesty in that case, rather than when you just go roundabout and try to confuse the interviewer and give answers which are not relevant to the question. That would actually put you in a negative light. So just be honest, and if you don't know, you don't know. It's okay to say that. In the interview process, one more thing that you need to do is highlight your achievements. When discussing your experiences and skills, focus on quantifiable achievements and results. Use the STAR method: situation, task, action, and result, to structure your responses and provide concrete examples. So, whenever we have these situation based questions, which are usually asked for senior position roles, you need to be able to answer them with this framework. It becomes very easy to answer it with this framework. Like, for example, if the interviewer asks you, how did you handle a conflict within the team? Then you can start with the situation wherein you can mention that I have two team members who are not getting along with each other, and they were assigned to work together on creating a presentation for the senior management to list out all the work that has been done in past quarter. And because they were not talking to each other, that created issues which could have been easily resolved otherwise. As an action, I spoke to them individually as well as together in a meeting room on why we are doing this, what is the outcome we are looking for out of it, and how them not being in collaboration with each other, hampering the organization and their own interests. And once that was done, the result was very positive. They got along together, even though they had misalignment and disagreement on certain things, which we resolved by sitting together. And today, after more than a year of that particular incident, they are working really well together. They have become good friends, and now they are no longer in that non-collab conflict kind of zone. So you see, with this, you highlight your achievement of getting things done, of get being able to resolve a conflict that could have otherwise resulted into a task not being done. During the interview process, also showcase your problem solving skills. So be prepared to discuss what challenges you have faced, how have you resolved them. Highlight your problem solving abilities, adaptability, and resilience. Especially when people are hiring in leader or management kind of role from team leader onwards, they're looking at people who are problem solvers. So if you are able to communicate whatever problem solving you have done during your past experience, it would really add feathers to your cap and leave an impression on the interviewer. And the last thing to be done is follow up after the interview. So not only thank the interviewer for their time when you leave the interview room or the Zoom meeting, but also send a thank you email to the interviewer within the 24 hours of the interview. In this email, express your appreciation for the opportunity and reiterate your interest in the position. This gesture demonstrates your professionalism and reinforces your enthusiasm for the role. By following all that I have suggested in this video and thoroughly preparing for your interview, you will be well equipped to showcase your qualification and make a good impression on your interviewer. And it would increase your chances of acing the interview, getting the offer, and getting the salary that you really desire. There is also another video that I have uploaded last week, which is on how to answer top five tricky, tough questions during an interview. Go through that as well. I'll link it in the description. If you have found this content useful, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions or any request on what I should get into the videos next, please do put it into the comments. Thank you.